What if I told you that there are 10 specific decisions that can completely transform the life of someone born under the sign of Pisces? If you're a Pisces, you know all too well how lost you sometimes feel amidst the many options and paths life offers. Your sensitive and intuitive nature allows you to perceive possibilities that others don't even imagine. But this can also create tremendous confusion when it comes to choosing what truly matters. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what these 10 fundamental decisions are that every Pisces needs to make if they truly want to live a full and satisfying life. These aren't ordinary decisions that just anyone should make. They are specific choices connected to the deepest essence of your sign, to what moves your sensitive soul and your powerful intuition. The problem is that most Pisces keep putting off these important decisions, letting life happen by chance, simply following the flow without clear direction. And this keeps them trapped in cycles that lead them nowhere. But here's the truth that few know. When a Pisces finally makes these right decisions, aligned with their true nature, the transformation is almost immediate and profoundly liberating. If you keep watching until the end, you'll discover not only what these 10 decisions are, but also how each one can open doors you never knew existed. But if you stop here, you'll continue to feel like you're always adrift, never able to realize your full incredible potential. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could be exactly what you've been missing to truly take off. First decision: accept your sensitivity as a strength. The first decision that can transform your life forever is to stop seeing your sensitivity as a weakness and start seeing it as your greatest superpower. Pisces, you've heard this 1,000 times, that you're too sensitive, that you get hurt by anything, that you need to grow a thicker skin. But what if I told you that this is exactly the quality that makes you special and powerful? Your sensitivity isn't a flaw that needs fixing. It's an ultra-refined emotional radar that captures nuances and energies most people don't even notice. While others live on the surface of situations, you can delve deeper and understand the true motivations, the unexpressed feelings, and the hidden needs of the people around you. The problem arises when you try to suppress this sensitivity or when you blame yourself for feeling so intensely. This is like trying to cover the sun with a sieve. Your sensitive nature will continue to exist, but now in a distorted form, causing unnecessary suffering. When you accept and embrace your sensitivity, something magical happens. You stop wasting energy trying to be different from who you are, and start using this characteristic to your advantage. Sensitive people like you can create deeper connections, offer more genuine support, create more moving art, and make decisions more aligned with their hearts. Your sensitivity allows you to sense when something isn't right, when someone needs help, when a situation deserves more attention. It's like having a sixth sense for human emotions. The decision to accept your sensitivity changes everything, because you stop fighting yourself and start moving with your true nature. This saves tremendous energy that can be directed toward truly important things. Furthermore, when you accept yourself as you are, the people around you begin to accept you better, creating more authentic and satisfying relationships. Second decision: establish clear energetic boundaries. The second fundamental decision is to learn to protect your energy by setting clear boundaries with people and situations that drain your vitality. As a Pisces, you have a natural tendency to absorb others' emotions like a sponge. This can be a blessing when used consciously, but it becomes a curse when you don't know how to protect yourself. Many Pisces live emotionally exhausted because they carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. You feel others' pain as if it were your own. You want to help everyone, and you end up forgetting to take care of your own energy. Over time, this leads to deep fatigue, a feeling of being constantly overwhelmed, and even health problems. Setting energetic boundaries doesn't mean becoming cold or insensitive. It means recognizing that you have a limited capacity for emotional energy, and that you need to manage it wisely. It's like a cell phone that needs to be recharged to keep working. If you leave the battery always at zero, it will eventually stop working. These boundaries can be physical, like avoiding crowded places when you're already sensitive, or emotional, like not getting involved in dramas that aren't yours. They can also be energetic, like learning energy protection and cleansing techniques that help you stay centered. The magic happens when you realize you can continue to be compassionate and helpful without sacrificing yourself in the process. In fact, when you're energetically well, you can help others much more effectively. It's like the way airplanes are guided. Put on your own oxygen mask first, then help others. People who respect your boundaries will remain in your life, and those who only wanted to drain your energy will naturally move away. This may seem scary at first, but it's actually a necessary cleansing that makes room for more balanced and healthy relationships. Third decision: turn dreams into concrete plans. The third decision that can revolutionize your life is to stop just dreaming and start turning your dreams into concrete, achievable plans. Pisces are masters at visualizing incredible possibilities, creating wonderful scenarios in their minds, and deeply feeling what it would be like to live these experiences. The problem is that these dreams often remain just a fantasy. Your ability to dream is an extraordinary gift. You can see potential others can't even imagine, create creative solutions to complex problems, and envision inspiring futures. But there's a fundamental difference between dreaming and planning. Dreaming is the first step, but without planning, dreams remain just beautiful fantasies. Transformation happens when you learn to take these beautiful dreams that inhabit your mind and translate them into practical, achievable steps. This doesn't mean killing the magic or making everything boring and mechanical. It means giving your dreams legs so they can move toward reality. Start by choosing a dream that truly touches your heart. It doesn't have to be the biggest or most ambitious. It can be something simple but meaningful to you. Then break that dream down into smaller parts. If you dream of having a more creative life, what would be the first steps? Perhaps dedicate an hour a day to creative activities, or take a course, or connect with people who share your passion. The secret is to maintain the feeling and inspiration of the dream, but add structure and action. Every small step you take toward your dream will generate an incredible energy of fulfillment and progress. And the most interesting thing is that, as you move forward, new paths and opportunities begin to appear, as if the universe conspired in your favor. Did you like what you're learning? Then subscribe to the channel now, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any special content like this, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Your participation is very important to me, and helps me create increasingly better content for you. Fourth decision: choose people who nourish your soul. The fourth transformative decision is to be very careful in choosing the people you associate with, prioritizing those who truly nourish your soul, and distancing yourself from those who merely drain your energy. As a Pisces, you have a natural tendency to connect deeply with people, but not everyone deserves full access to your heart. Have you ever noticed how certain people energize and inspire you, while others leave you feeling heavy and exhausted, even without anything special happening? This is no coincidence. Each person carries a specific energy, and some energies harmonize with yours while others create conflict and exhaustion. The problem is that Pisces often ignore these energetic signals out of excessive kindness or fear of hurting someone. You tend to give endless chances to people who aren't on the same wavelength, hoping they'll change or the situation will magically improve. But the truth is, toxic relationships only worsen over time, and the emotional cost to you is immense. Choosing people who nourish your soul doesn't mean being selfish or superficial. It means recognizing that you have the right and responsibility to protect your emotional well-being. The people who truly benefit you are those who listen to you without judgment, who celebrate your achievements, who support you in difficult times, who respect your sensitivity, and who positively contribute to your growth. When you consciously make this decision, your life changes dramatically. You stop wasting emotional energy on people who don't value you and start investing in genuine, reciprocal relationships. Your self-esteem grows, your inner peace increases, and you become a much better version of yourself. The interesting thing is that when you raise the bar in your relationships, you also become a better person and attract even more special people into your life. It's a virtuous cycle that continually expands, creating a solid and loving support network around you. Fifth decision: use your intuition as your main compass. The fifth decision that can completely transform your trajectory is to stop doubting your intuition and start using it as your main compass when making important decisions. Pisces have a naturally developed intuition, but they often ignore this gift due to social pressure or fear of appearing irrational. Your intuition is like an ultra-sophisticated internal navigation system that processes information at levels far beyond the conscious mind. While your logical mind analyzes data and facts, your intuition captures subtle patterns, imperceptible energies, and future possibilities. It's a form of knowledge that goes far beyond what can be explained rationally. The The problem is that we live in a society that overvalues logic alone and tends to dismiss intuitive insights as less reliable. This leads many Pisces to learn to distrust their own instincts and always seek logical justifications for everything. But when you do this, you're wasting one of your greatest natural talents. Think of the times you had a hunch about something or someone, ignored it, and later discovered your first impression was absolutely right. Or recall situations in which you followed your intuition against all logical evidence and it worked out beautifully. These weren't accidents. It was your inner wisdom working perfectly. Using your intuition as a compass doesn't mean completely ignoring reason. It means integrating both types of knowledge in a balanced way. Your intuition gives you general direction, and your logical mind helps you plan practical steps. It's a powerful combination that generates much more assertive decisions aligned with your true essence. When you trust your intuition, your choices become more fluid and natural. You stop forcing situations that don't flow and start recognizing opportunities that truly make sense for you. This saves time and energy and avoids a lot of unnecessary suffering. Furthermore, intuitive people like you often have valuable insights that benefit not only their own lives but also the lives of those around them. Sixth decision. Create a sacred space to recharge. The sixth fundamental decision is to create and maintain a sacred space where you can recharge energetically and reconnect with your deepest essence. Pisces need regular moments of solitude and introspection to process all the emotions and energies they absorb daily. This sacred space doesn't have to be a specific physical location, although it can be. It can be a special corner of your home, a place in nature where you feel at peace, or even a mental state you cultivate through specific practices. The important thing is that it be a refuge where you can disconnect from the outside world and connect with yourself. Many Pisces underestimate the importance of these moments of retreat and end up always living in extroverted mode, trying to meet the demands of others and society. Over time, this creates a profound disconnection with your own soul, leaving you confused about what you truly want and need. Your sacred space is where you can drop all masks, stop performing for others, and simply be yourself without judgment. It's where you can cry if you need to, dream freely, reflect on your life, or just exist in silence. These moments are essential for your mental and spiritual health. Some people find their sacred space in meditation, others in art, music, writing, gardening, or simply gazing at the sky. What works for you may be completely different from what works for others. The important thing is to discover what truly reconnects you with your essence and make it a non-negotiable priority in your routine. When you honor this need to recharge, you return to the world with more clarity, energy, and balance. Your interactions become more genuine, your decisions more assertive, and your presence more magnetic. It's like servicing a car. Regular maintenance prevents major problems and ensures everything runs smoothly. Seventh decision. Embrace your adaptable nature as an advantage. The seventh transformative decision is to fully embrace your adaptable and fluid nature, seeing this characteristic as a huge competitive advantage rather than a problem to be solved. Pisces are like water. They can adapt to different situations, find paths where others see only obstacles, and adapt to change with natural grace. You can often feel frustrated because you don't have a fixed, linear path like others seem to have. You see colleagues who chose a profession in their 20s and stuck with it their entire lives, or people who always knew exactly what they wanted, and you compare yourself negatively to them. But this comparison is unfair and limiting. Your adaptable nature is actually a superpower in a world that constantly changes. While very rigid people struggle tremendously with unexpected changes, you can navigate transitions much more easily. You see opportunities where others see only problems, you can reinvent yourself when necessary, and you have a natural ability to find creative solutions. This flexibility also allows you to connect with diverse people and understand different perspectives on life. You don't get stuck in a bubble, but can move between different worlds and social groups naturally. This gives you a broader perspective on life and makes you a more interesting and empathetic person. Professionally, adaptable people like you are extremely valuable in a job market that increasingly values flexibility, creativity, and the ability to cope with change. You can work in diverse teams, adapt to new projects quickly, and find innovative solutions to complex challenges. The key is to stop seeing your adaptability as a lack of focus and start seeing it as versatility. Instead of trying to fit into rigid molds that don't suit you, celebrate your ability to be diverse and dynamic. This will free you to explore different possibilities without guilt and build a truly unique and authentic life. 8th decision. Transform compassion into conscious action. The 8th decision that can revolutionize your life is to transform your natural compassion into conscious and targeted action, avoiding the role of savior that drains your energy without producing real results. Pisces possess a genuine and deep compassion for the difficulties of others, but they don't always know how to channel this feeling in a healthy and effective way. You've probably found yourself in situations where you wanted to help everyone, absorbing problems that weren't yours and trying to solve issues that the people involved themselves weren't willing to resolve. This tendency to take on responsibilities that aren't yours causes tremendous emotional exhaustion, and ironically, doesn't really help anyone. Conscious compassion is different. It's the ability to genuinely feel for another person's pain, but respond in a balanced and strategic way. This means learning to distinguish between situations where your help can truly make a difference and situations where your interference can even hinder the other person's growth. Sometimes the greatest help you can offer is simply listening without trying to solve the problem. Other times, it's offering resources or guidance without taking responsibility for the outcome. And in some situations, the most loving thing you can do is step back and allow the person to learn their own lessons. When you transform compassion into conscious action, your efforts become much more effective and less draining. You can truly help people who are open to receiving help, without sacrificing yourself in the process. Furthermore, you become an example of how it's possible to be compassionate while maintaining healthy boundaries. This approach also teaches you to direct your compassionate energy toward larger causes that truly resonate with your values. Instead of scattering yourself trying to solve small individual dramas, you can channel your sensitivity toward projects that generate positive impact on a larger scale. This brings a much greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. 9th decision. Cultivate flexible discipline. The 9th fundamental decision is to develop a discipline that is flexible and adapted to your fluid nature, rather than trying to force rigid structures that go against your essence. Pisces often struggle with traditional discipline because their energy and motivation cycles are naturally more organic and variable. Many people believe that discipline means doing the same thing every day at the same time, regardless of how you feel. For some signs this may work, but for Pisces this approach often results in frustration and abandonment. You need a discipline that respects your natural rhythms and adapts to your changing moods and energy levels. Flexible discipline means making commitments to your important goals, but allowing for variation in how you achieve them. For example, if you want to maintain an exercise routine, instead of forcing yourself to go to the gym every day at 6 in the morning, you could commit to moving for at least 30 minutes a day, choosing the activity and time based on your current energy. The important thing is to maintain consistency and commitment, not necessarily in form. Some days you may be inspired to work for hours on a project. Other days you may need more rest and contemplation. Flexible discipline honors these natural cycles while keeping you moving toward your goals. This approach works especially well for Pisces because it takes into account their intuitive and emotional nature. You learn to recognize when you're in a period of peak creativity and make the most of those moments. You also learn to respect periods of introspection and renewal, without beating yourself up for being less productive. The result is that you can maintain important habits long-term without feeling trapped by inflexible rules. Your discipline becomes a supportive ally, not a dictator that oppresses you. And paradoxically, this flexibility often generates more consistency than rigid approaches because it aligns with who you truly are. 10th decision. Honor your renewal cycles. The 10th and final decision that can transform your life forever is to fully honor your natural renewal cycles, understanding that periods of retreat and introspection are as important as periods of action and extroversion. Pisces are governed by lunar and emotional cycles that require regular periods of regeneration. We live in a society that values constant productivity and views periods of stillness as laziness or a lack of ambition. This creates tremendous pressure for Pisces, who naturally need more time to process experiences and renew energy. When you try to fight your natural cycles, you become less effective and more prone to burnout. Your renewal periods are not empty or unproductive. These are moments when your subconscious processes information, your creativity recharges, and your intuition strengthens. It's like winter in nature. It seems like nothing is happening on the surface, but underneath there's an intense preparation for the next cycle of growth. Honoring these cycles means planning your life to include regular times of guilt-free retreat. This could be an afternoon a week just for you, a few days a month for contemplative activities, or longer periods of retreat when you feel the need. The important thing is to normalize this need and communicate it clearly to those around you. When you respect your cycles of renewal, you return to the world with more energy, clarity, and creativity. Your contributions become more meaningful because they come from a place of wholeness, not exhaustion. Furthermore, you become an example of how it is possible to live sustainably and in balance. Many Pisces find that their most productive and creative periods occur precisely after periods of greater introspection. It's as if the quiet time allows new ideas and inspiration to emerge naturally. When you honor this process instead of fighting it, your life becomes much more fluid and fulfilling. We've reached the end of this transformative journey, and I hope these 10 decisions have touched your heart in a special way. As a Pisces, you possess unique gifts that can literally change the world around you when used consciously. Your sensitivity, intuition, compassion, and adaptability are not weaknesses to be overcome, but superpowers to be celebrated and developed. Remember that real change happens when you stop fighting your own nature and start dancing with it. Each of these decisions is an invitation to embrace more deeply who you truly are, creating a life that is truly authentic and aligned with your soul. The most beautiful thing of all is that when you make these decisions for yourself, you automatically become an inspiring example for other Pisces who are still struggling to find their place in the world. Your journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance creates positive ripples that touch many more people than you can imagine. Now I want to give you a special challenge. Choose one of these 10 decisions that touched your heart the most and commit to implementing it in your life within the next 30 days. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to revolutionize everything all at once. Start slowly, but start today. And then come back here to share your experience. If this content resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more special content like this. Your journey of transformation is just beginning, and I want to be with you every step of the way. Until next time, and remember, you are much more powerful than you imagine.